Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, predictions, and a bunch of shit talking, and hopefully we stay injury-free here. I'm your host, JC, your resident Titans fan. Joining me are...
the one, the only, the true day one 49er fan, Chicken Wang, on strings.
And I'm Nori, and if anybody's seen that Giants fan with the beanie, he's my soulmate. He represents everything we've been dealing with the last 5 years. If I saw him, I'd probably give him $100. And yeah, I love you and I feel you, and you're my spirit. You're my spirit animal.
Probably give him a hug too.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Rob, aka Trinity, Bucks fan, and really depressed because we lost to the Saints.
What's up, everybody? DJ, resident Cowboys fan, with a quick question for any Minnesota Viking fan out there. Made your field goal, which is great, but how does it feel to lose to Cooper Rush?
Bro.
That's why no one likes you.
What did I do?
That's the hard questions, right?
Man spoke
facts.
Yeah.
We need to tweet.
Cooper Rush.
Like Minnesota's not miserable enough. You had to add to it.
Listen, they made a field goal. Look how many field goals they made because our defense stepped up. We'll get there in a minute. It's fine. It's all
At least they're in the playoff picture, right? They're still kind of hanging around there. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob's needing these Vikings to win the division. What the fuck?
Well,
they got the field goals out of the way. They make
a
it
certain
up.
quarterback for Green Bay's out with COVID, and then see what happens, right? Yeah, we're going to be talking about Week 8, all the craziness that was, all the injuries that happened, all the sports news that's come out from the weekend. Nori's got a topic for what's bothering the minorities. We'll be discussing that as well. And, of course, making our Week 9 predictions, which I can just go ahead and say right now, I can guarantee the Lions will not lose this week. Congrats, Detroit, in advance. There we go.
I will take that $5.
Take that bet.
Absolutely.
Lose the bye week 28-0.
Yeah.
You know what? They probably will find a way to lose.
So how do we do with Week 8? Myself and DJ went 9-6. Rob went 8-7. Chicken Wing 7-8, and Nori went 6-9. That puts the overall standings where DJ is still holding at first at 79-43. I'm in second at 76-46. Chicken Wings at 74-48. Nori at 72-50, and Rob at 70-52. We've all got at least 70 correct picks so far through 8 weeks. Congratulations, guys. Good job.
Yay.
Yep. All right. So let's look back on the week that was Week 8. What stood out for us the most? What surprises out there? I'm just going to flat out fucking say it. We have a quarterback controversy with the Jets.
Yeah.
Controversy? What controversy?
Yeah, White. I mean,
one guy isn't producing, one is. What's the controversy?
Did you know his jersey and his football are at the Pro Football Hall of Fame right now? The game ball from his debut game.
I believe it. I heard this guy is gonna. I heard on the streets, and nobody else would know this, by the way, only me, that he's gonna break all of Peyton Manning's records. I'm just saying.
At least that when I saw the headline that somebody dug up an old tweet, I was like, oh no, what did he say?
Dope.
And he comes back and says, I'm sorry, Peyton, I'm going to break all your records. Okay. And so far he's backed it up. If he stays on this pace for good few years, he can probably do that. So, but the excitement of the Jets fans, that stood out a lot. I'm very happy for them on that level. Yeah. And to beat the Bengals too. Jesus. What is going on in the NFL this season? So crazy. Now, I also want to point out some little interesting note. DJ, of course, you mentioned your Cowboys beating the Vikings. There are a couple things that have happened historically between the Cowboys and Vikings over the last 2 years. So this year, Cooper Rush threw a touchdown pass to Amari Cooper, which is the only time in NFL history that a quarterback had the same first name as the receiver, same as the last name of the receiver he threw a touchdown pass to. That's the only time that's ever happened in NFL history. And the reverse also happened last year when Andy Dalton threw a touchdown pass to Dalton Schultz against the Vikings. So
basically, what you're saying is the Vikings shouldn't play us anymore because they can't beat us? Is that what I heard?
and just cover the guy that's got the similar name as the quarterback. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. Yeah. So, DJ, what stood out to you for Week 8?
That's easy. The Jets beat the Bengals. And I went into that week like, okay, this is going to be a blowout. And not only was it not a blowout, but the Jets won the game. And the Cincinnati Bengals had just finished destroying the week before. So that stood out to me the most, and that was the biggest surprise. Outside of that, I mean, everything else kind of went how I thought it would. I mean, I was kind of surprised that the Rams let Houston get 22 points in the fourth quarter in less than 8 minutes. But, they still won the game. They were clearly playing for the win, and they were just playing contained. But, yeah, that's what I got. Cincinnati lost to the Jets.
I think I was actually surprised that the Texans scored that many points, period. Never mind that it was in 8 minutes,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Rob, what stood out to you for Week 8?
My Bucks lost to the Saints and
Wasn't gonna
not
say
to
anything.
Winston.
I mean, technically, he was a starting quarterback of a
I don't care. He didn't throw a majority of the passes. It was not his game. No.
30 for 30 is backup. That's what that is.
But it was the day of the backups. Dallas backup came in. The Saints
Mike
backup
White.
came in.
Yeah.
Mike White.
Jets backup
Mike
came
White.
in. That was it. It was the day of the backups. If you wanted to shine, this was your day.
The Browns wish they had a backup.
So do the Giants.
Oh,
We're
Joe
about to
Beckham
see
Jr.
what
was
Green
in
Bay's
it.
backup is all about, So, yeah.
Yeah. So that was it. That's it for me.
All right. Chicken Wing, what about you?
My biggest regret is not realizing I had 2 mistakes in my picks.
Uh-oh.
I would have been 9 games in, not 7 games in. And
Yep. Oh, too bad.
yeah, I know. That's my fault. Rob and I made the joke because I had told him, I was like, why is my score so low? And then he reminded me that I was in a little bitch fit a couple weeks ago when San Francisco lost to fucking Indy. And I had put San Francisco to lose every other game the rest of the season and didn't change it.
You deserve that. You deserve that.
Yeah, you sure did. That's your team, Mike. Why would you do that to them?
Yeah,
It-
you know, they do that shit. And I'm worse than you.
Jimmy G's
What
your
made
guy.
it worse?
Why would you do that?
What made it worse is I know I picked Dallas to win because me and Rob we were making jokes.
You should
And then
have.
I looked at my score and I was like, wait a minute, why do I have Minnesota picked? And then Dallas won, and I was like, oh,
Of course we won, Mike. It's Cooper Rush, guy.
no.
Okay. I think we said it last week, too. We thought if Dak doesn't go, I think the majority of us were going to move our pick to Minnesota, right?
That should have been a very winnable game for them, exactly.
Yeah.
We did.
So,
We
full
did
disclosure, I was out taking the kids trick-or-treating with my wife, and I'm going down the street. People are handing out candy. Their garages are open. They got the TV on ready for the Cowboys game. And I hear somebody say that Dak is inactive. I was like, okay, great. Now I got to get home and change my pick or whatever. So I'm helping the kids trick-or-treat. By the time I get home to log on to try and change it, the pick was already locked in. So it stayed with Dallas. He's like, well, I guess I got to ride it. And it worked out for me. So thanks, Dallas.
Cheater.
Appreciate it.
No, fucking cheater. Hate you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Anything we can do to help.
No, the biggest surprise. It's funny because I picked Denver to win,
Mhm.
and that was actually my biggest surprise because I was like, they're not gonna win. They're fraudsters. They're not gonna beat Washington, and thank God I didn't change that pick. So that is probably my big. Actually, my biggest surprise is New England, how they beat up on the Chargers. That was my biggest surprise this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah. First time in a while they beat somebody other than the Jets or the Texans. So congrats, New England.
Thanks.
Nori, what stood out to you for Week 8?
I've been taking an ice bath all week from all the bad stretching, and I fucked up last week. So I'm still in the ice bath.
Okay.
I will say I'm not doing fantastic in fantasy. I'm not doing fantastic in picks. But I am 1-0 on guarantees. I guarantee the 49ers are going to win, and they pulled it off. I'm pretty goddamn proud of that.
Congratulations.
Sure did.
I don't have a bigger surprise than anybody else on the Jets because that was, if you said the backup quarterback was going to torch the arguably best team in the NFL, I mean, he was such a huge reason they won. It wasn't like it was the defense. Like 34 points. That's the most the Jets have scored in 15 years. That's fucking crazy. So that was cool. Jets fans deserve that because New York's miserable right now. Jets fans deserve that shit. That was cool.
Do y'all think this turns the Jets season around? Like, are they really going to make waves and potentially challenge for a playoff spot this year?
I do.
Yep.
Oh, a playoff spot? No, but I think they maybe take themselves out of the top 3 pick. Yeah, I think this. I mean, look what they just did. The Bengals.
Yep. Playing with confidence. I'll give them that.
But do they want to take themselves out of the top 3 picks though?
Just beat the Bengals. I think so. Yeah, they're playing. They're balling. They like their coach.
Yeah.
You know what? That's actually a fair question. I see why you asked that, JC. With the AFC right now, like playoff, like if the playoffs were to start, New England is a game out. They actually are at number 8, and 2 games behind them is the Jets. So it's actually a lot closer in the AFC than what people were giving.
Yeah, it's very NFC top heavy. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wide open. We have the number 1 seed, obviously the Titans, but with Derrick Henry's injury, how is that going to affect him, right? The Raiders just lost a receiver for, at least the next up to 20 years, basically.
Yeah.
The Steelers somehow got the 6th seed right now, but they're barely pulling out wins.
They had the tiebreaker on the Chargers.
Yeah.
But the top 4 seeds, the top 5 seeds are either 6-2, and then the rest are 5-2, with Cincy being 5-3. So that's how close it is in the AFC.
Yeah. The Jets are sitting at 2-5, like about 1.5, 2 games back, like Chicken Wing said. So they're definitely very much in it. The people ahead of them are the Colts, the Broncos, the Browns, the Chiefs, the Pats, the Chargers. So if they keep playing the way they did against the Bengals, they have a shot. They have a shot, definitely. So.
No. NFC, well. Ooh. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Actually, I do have a question, like a legitimate question. With Watt's injury now being official, will it be the biggest determining factor in the NFC West between LA and Arizona?
I think so, because as we saw in the Green Bay game, Arizona pass rush was not really there.
They didn't do anything.
The Rams are healthier. Yeah, this is not the same Rams. This is not the same Cardinals from the first 5 weeks. They're starting to get banged up in important positions, and the Rams are just healthy.
Yeah,
healthy and better. And this isn't the same Rams from a couple years back when they were in the Super Bowl, because they have Stafford at the helm, not Jared Goff.
Exactly.
Even better offense, right?
What team does Jared Goff play for again?
I don't know. Some city
Lions.
either major sport right now.
Just making sure they haven't won any games. That's not it.
I don't think the Cardinals lose more than 1 or 2 games if they were all remained healthy. It's kind of a shame, but they're not. So kind of have to be more careful. Making picks of them now.
If anything, Green Bay gave people a blueprint on how to beat the Cardinals on some level, for sure.
Yeah, just hope AJ Green, doesn't look at a fucking route. That's not a blueprint.
Just a miscommunication on the check down route. So, but
That was bad.
I apologize. The Pistons have 1 more win than the Lions right now. All right, congratulations. They beat the Magic. I didn't know that.
So do the Red Wings too, probably,
The
right?
Red Wings.
So,
yeah.
Oh, Red Wings, congratulations. You got 1 more win.
But I hope they stay in as much utility as the Lions do, because fuck the Red Wings. I say that as a proud Avalanche fan. All right. Well, there's a lot of sports headlines from the weekend. We'll stick with all the NFL ones right now just to kind of keep the NFL conversation going. We've mentioned it. Aaron Rodgers is tested positive for COVID-19. He is for sure out for Week 9 this week and possibly Week 10. When asked in interviews before if he was vaccinated, all he said was that he was immunized. So no one really knows what his vaccination status is.
So no. It's no.
No.
So
He would have just said yes.
So
if he
because
was vaccinated, he would have said yes.
Yeah, because he's not vaccinated, he has to stick through the full 10 days. Because if you're vaccinated, the protocols are you just need 2 consecutive negative COVID tests within a 24-hour period, and then you're good to return to the team. But because he's not vaccinated, he has to do the full-on lockdown 10 days, possibly more if he gets symptoms and whatnot. We don't know how this is going to affect him. And that's a hindrance to Green Bay. obviously. And they have a pretty big game coming up this week. So, other news, obviously, injuries. The Saints lose Jameis Winston for the season with a torn ACL. And Michael Thomas re-aggravated his ankle injury. He is done for the season as well. Derrick Henry, foot surgery. He's going to be out anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks, which if you're playing fantasy football, he at the latest could return just in time for your fantasy playoffs. So do you hang on to him? Do you let him go? That's the issue many fantasy owners are having right now. But also, if the Titans do end up making the playoffs, he could be ready to go in time for the playoff run, depending on his recovery. In the meantime, the Titans have signed Adrian Peterson. I didn't even know he was still playing. I thought he'd retired, but that works for me, right? But the Rams, are they going to have any draft picks left when this is all said and done for next year?
They need any draft picks? If they win a Super Bowl, do they need one?
No, it's true.
No, they don't need one.
Trading a
That
second
team-
and third round for
Oh my
Von
God.
Miller to the Broncos. Yeah.
That team already looks like a Madden team. When you added Von Miller, like it's like I'm kind of borderline rooting for them. If I'm to be honest, like it's crazy. It's a lot of people I'd like to see have a ring.
Yeah, I think Von Miller's more excited at the fact that he's leaving the Broncos and joining the Rams right now. Straight to a
I think
contender.
so too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why do you hate me so much? Why can't you just let me get one? Selfish prick, I swear. It's just every other team but the Niners get one, so because fuck Chicken Wing. Yeah, I get it. It's okay.
Well,
You
we're not
know?
the one that signed
Fine.
Jimmy G for that
I
contract.
mean,
That's not our
if
fault.
you get it, I don't know why you're complaining if you understand.
I wasn't
it.
excited for that contract at all. Don't you
Okay.
do that.
And listen, hold on.
Go ahead.
You got 5, and you were at the Super Bowl the last 2 times. At a certain point, you can't play at the big kid table anymore.
I'm gonna log off. I hate that.
Would you rather?
I mean,
Go to timeout. Go to timeout.
No.
You love Jimmy G. He's great, isn't he?
You know what? I'm done.
You know what, Chicken Wing, would you rather have this situation that the Niners have with Jimmy G, or would you rather be the Texans and the Deshaun Watson situation right now?
First of all, I would not even announce myself as a fan of a franchise that's fucking shooting themselves in the foot, arm, leg, and in the chest at the same time. And trading away your all-stars for a fax machine and a stapler. Like, I would never do that. Like, no. I would never associate myself
Is it
with
Bill
any-
Stapler they traded for? Is that
Yeah,
what-
I mean, it was just a stapler, a fax machine. You know,
Is it a red
you know.
stapler? 'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
No, it was a white and red stapler. They knew what they were doing.
okay.
Best.
Okay, nice. Okay, I see what you.
Oh, and very much fuck Henry Ruggs for all eternity. So
Yeah.
Yes.
This was a crazy story. Broke Tuesday morning, literally the day after Monday Night Football. Henry Ruggs III, charged with felony DUI in Las Vegas, was involved in a car accident at 3 in the morning. And they just released this, was traveling upwards of speeds of 156 miles an hour, hit a car, burst into flames, killed a woman, and he came out with minor injuries. He's got the mugshot with neck
was
braces.
it 2 times the alcohol content also?
2 times the legal
times
limit in
the
Nevada
legal
for blood alcohol content
Yes.
as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
as soon as the charges were filed, maybe a few hours later, the Raiders just cut ties, released him. Let's be honest, I don't think any team is picking him up because even if he is proven innocent, the NFL would suspend him or put on a commissioner's exempt list. Like,
I'll say he's rich. He's gonna have a great lawyer. So I feel more from anybody. I feel for the fucking family because a 23-year-old. I mean, it sucks when anybody dies, right? But a 23-year-old, man, I don't know. Like, it's. I have no words.
She had her whole life ahead of her, and now it's gone.
That's
Exactly.
insane. That's and then athletes, please get a fucking Uber. You're rich.
Well,
There's
okay.
no reason to do this.
the
not
Players
even that,
Association provides that for you. Like, you're in Vegas. You
Right.
don't have to drive anywhere. There's Ubers, there's taxis. As much money as you make, get a damn limo. Like,
That's
why?
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, have a designated driver. Like, the bus system. There's so many easy ways to get around Vegas. Like, you never have to rent a car in Las Vegas. That's the beauty of it, you know? Now, granted, we go there as tourists, but I mean, even if you live there, I'm pretty sure the Players Association provides that information for you. Like, hey, if you need a ride, call this number. We'll get someone there. You could have called somebody from the Raiders. They could have sent a staffer to get you. Why are you getting behind the wheel? It makes no sense to me. And yeah, we're saying she had her whole life ahead of her. She's gone. The family's grieving. He had his whole life ahead of him too, and he just destroyed it with one stupid mistake, and it's going to cost him dearly. It's a horrible situation. But what can you do? I mean, it sucks that someone has to lose their life and that this is the way it goes. But Ruggs, he's going to deal with it for a while, for a long time. I think the maximum penalty is 20 years. And in Nevada, there's no way you can get any sort of probation out of this, whether you plead guilty or otherwise. Like, you're going to get some jail time if you're found guilty or you plead guilty. There's no other way around it. So, and I think it's pretty much safe to say his NFL career is over. So, that's just a liability. Even if he does get out of jail and he can still play, that's a liability that he may ever do this again. So, positive thoughts sending the way of the family of the victim. They have not released her name yet, and for good reason. I'm pretty sure the family wants privacy because this is a pretty high-profile case.
Right. Yeah, they shouldn't.
Yeah. Other sports news, of course, the Braves win the World Series in 6 games. Potentially also the last time we see pitchers hitting anywhere in Major League Baseball. The current collective bargaining agreement is set to expire actually a month from tomorrow, or December 4th, I think is the date. So they say to be pretty far apart. We don't know if there's going to be a work stoppage or a lockout at this point. But one of their major negotiating points is bringing the DH also to the National League and making it league-wide. So that's been kind of a big talking point, which means that the last pitcher to get a hit in any Major League Baseball game was Zach Greinke in the World Series, Game 5, and he did it as a pinch hitter. So, crazy, right? And the first college football playoff rankings have come out. Why the fuck is Alabama number 2? This pisses me off.
People have really expressed their frustration publicly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes. Oh, yes. So...
this was my topic, what's bothering minorities last week. I was frustrated with a group of 5. Yeah, there were 7 new committee members. And all they basically says, well, if you're not Power 5, we don't give a shit about you. Cincinnati has beaten Notre Dame. They're putting up some points. And I think the fact that they see their ranking as 6 is that the committee has woken up a sleeping giant. Cincinnati they needed something to say they're an underdog. They've been a number 2 ranking in every other poll. Now they have that, and now they're perfect to destroy teams the rest of the season. But another snub in this is UTSA, who didn't appear anywhere in the top 25. Which is fine. I get that. If they beat Illinois, the schedule hasn't been as strong, but they are running a perfect season thus far. But the committee member, when someone asked him about UTSA, he said, well, we took a look at USTA. Can't even get the fucking acronym right, dude. And was saying, they haven't beaten anyone winning records, this and that. Shout out Jeff Traylor, head coach of UTSA, who just signed a 10-year extension. So any big school trying to sign him, fuck off. He's staying with the Roadrunners. He saw that and went to the USTA website, the United States Tennis Association, pulled a picture off it and started photoshopping his players on there and just was sending tweets out galore.
Well, it's pretty top tier.
Huh?
I didn't know that. It's pretty top tier.
Oh, it's great. He put a picture of his quarterback on one. He's like, I wonder how this guy's going to do in singles. He's been doing it all day. And it's hashtag 210 triangle of toughness. Like, as if the Roadrunners need any reason to get fired up going into El Paso this Saturday on national TV. Now they got one. So... get it right, national media. UTSA. It's not that hard. University of Texas at San Antonio. Pretty simple.
Honestly, you hear that so many times. Well, they haven't beat teams with winning records. They haven't done this. They haven't done that. Motherfucker, I didn't make my schedule. I went out there and whooped these teams' asses. Period. Yeah. That's it.
I don't decide the conference schedule. I might schedule non-conference, but that's the schedule in front of me. And if I'm going out and performing, get us some recognition. I mean, shout out the AP and the coaches. They have the runners at 16 and 18 respectively.
Yes.
But the playoff committee, did any of these fuckers play football? Like ever in their lives? Do they know anything? I mean,
It's like,
Pee Wee and Pop Warner.
baseball. It's like the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's a bunch of old jerk offs who just need to finish dying off because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
yeah, the Writers Association not have as much control over the Hall of Fame as they do. I agree with that. So
How do we say it, DJ? I just play the game. Whatever is in front of me.
Yeah, exactly.
that's what you're
I just
supposed
play
to do.
the That's what. Yeah, that's it. Just play the
If it's in
game.
the game, I'm just gonna
If
play.
it's there, I'm gonna do it. That's it.
Not my fault. Matched out.
Didn't create the shit. I just got on the field and I do what I had to do. That's it.
Facts.
I'm praying for chaos at this point. I hope
Absolutely.
Georgia loses. I hope Alabama loses. I hope Oregon loses. Ohio State. Michigan's already lost. They lost to Michigan State, which was a damn good game, by the way.
Sure was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
But I would love to see Cincinnati in the top 4. Like, seriously, please put them in the top 4, you fucking cowards. What are you scared of? That they're going to come in and beat your precious Power 5 schools? There's only one way to find out.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Just aren't having that, JC.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch Cincy for basketball. I'm actually more impressed that their football program is kicking ass and taking names.
It's been up and coming, and my mom actually is a Cincy grad. She got her master's from the University of Cincinnati. She's wanting to fly out to go see a game in Cincinnati sometime in this month, actually. I think SMU is going to be in Cincinnati in a couple weeks, and she wants to fly out there and see a game with my dad. So, stadium is really nice. The campus is beautiful. Went there for my mom's graduation, and believe me, that basketball arena right next to football arena, those places look like they can get loud. And now you just gave the fans, the players, every motivation to get loud and crazy because they're going to start destroying people.
I believe it.
Yep. All right. Time for What's Bothering the Minorities. And our topic this week comes courtesy of Nori. Have at it, man. What you got?
Right. So my topic this week is the taunting in the NFL. It is 1,000,000,000% out of fucking control. These are grown-ass men where I want to start off saying that I don't like a toxic culture, but these guys talk shit to each other. They're grown-ass adults. They can handle it. Why is it okay for Aaron Rodgers to scream at a crowd, "I fucking own you"? Why is that okay? No flag, no fine, no warning, no nothing. Granted, I know he's 100% immunized, whatever, but still, that's not okay. But yet somebody who catches a fucking football, looks at a player and tosses it on the floor, that's a 15-yard penalty, and you're okay with that and you sleep at night? Fuck that shit. It's a grown man sport. Let them yap at each other. A week later, they're going to be taking pictures and signing each other's jerseys, joking around on social media, or they'll be traded to the same team and they'll forget about it. It holds back the game.
Yep.
It pisses off fans, and I can't find a single fucking fan who is okay with, oh yeah, taunting, get him, whatever. It annoys the fans, but we need heels. We need villains. You need someone to cheer against. But you don't not reward a player. You don't take away from an unbelievable fucking play they made and they're hype about. Because these are multimillionaires being scrutinized every fucking week by a bunch of people like me who are too fat to ever play football, and it's fucking wild. It's insane. It's disgusting, and the NFL has no ear to the ground whatsoever of absolutely what fans want. And instead of giving us really shit like, hey, I don't know, why don't you release all the evidence of Dan Snyder and why that was swept under the rug? Instead, taunting for 15 yards for throwing a football against somebody. Somebody with logic, explain this to me. I don't understand. Even teams I hate. I hate Dallas, and CeeDee Lamb gets called for fucking taunting. Why? It's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. He made a good play. It's annoying. Whatever.
Yeah, I know taunting penalties have been in the NFL. It's been a major point of emphasis. It's been stricter this season. Why? I don't understand. Is it because of what happened in the Super Bowl, which was hilarious, by the way? It was.
It was
great. Was it Tyreek Hill or something like that? Yeah.
It was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill even laughed about it.
Yeah. He deserved it.
You can taunt fans. You can taunt fans who don't have the money these multimillionaires have, who are the average American family, who save up money, who go to games, who pay for parking, they pay for $30 fucking hot dogs, they buy shirts for their kids, they're sitting in little ass fucking seats meant for sixth graders, and then they get taunted from players. That's okay. That's acceptable. But you can't do it to each other. and you can't even hear what they're saying. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy, and I don't understand it.
Do you think the NFL did this because they're trying to... How can I say this?
The league
we can say the
league.
no fun league. Everyone's used that as the NFL. That's kind of more and more become
say
that.
Say what you JC. Don't hesitate.
I was wondering if they're worried about the youth seeing this and mimicking it at football levels. And here's why I bring that up.
You think they don't? I mean, I'm sorry. Is somebody deleting Randy Moss's videos from the internet? Like, are they never going to look at their fucking idols? Go, oh man, that Deion Sanders was one of the biggest shit talkers of all time, and he's being rewarded as a fucking coach. People talk shit. You can still idolize these people who talk shit. Hey, Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. I have his jersey. Do you think he invited people over fucking tea? He punched them out in practice.
He was the biggest shit talker on the court. He's like, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to show you how. Yeah.
Muhammad Ali never, ever stopped talking shit, and people love him. So now we don't like taunting? Like, no. It's not a toxic culture. It's no bullshit. The NFL, they're the most fake, woke company in the fucking world, meaning that they don't actually care about their players. They care about just being on the side of the public. There is a very big difference. The NBA actually cares about fans, its player safety, everything, holding owners accountable. The NFL will not do that. So don't punish the players for taunting each other. It's fucking stupid, and as a fan, it's upsetting.
You know, you bring up the NBA, and it's a good chance to compare the rule changes they have made to the ones the NFL made. Obviously, the NFL's made taunting a point of emphasis. The taunting was fine the way it was. Like, don't go exaggerating about it. Don't be, like, spiking the ball on your opponent, this and that, whatever. Fine. Now, that little deuce thing in the Super Bowl, he got a 15-yard penalty, but by then game was over. Screw it. Why not? You know? Do it. And if players were taunting fans before, okay, they're having fun with it. They're the heels in that situation, you know? I personally don't have any problem with Aaron Rodgers saying he owns the Bears. But I agree with you. Some of these taunting penalties are just out of hand. Meanwhile, on the NBA side of things, they're getting rid of this non-basketball moves to draw fouls. You can call it the James Harden rule. You can call it the Patrick Beverly rule, the Trae Young rule, whatever it is. The point is, fans have loved it because now these professionals actually have to play basketball. Mm-hmm. You know, not do cheap little ticky-tack stuff to try and get to the line. Like, oh, you stick your hand out, I'm going to move my hand. That's how James Harden gets to the free throw line. And now he's actually got to work for it. Still doesn't play defense, so he probably never win a championship because of that. But the NBA, of all the rule changes they have made over the years, this is one I can get behind. Because for so long they made so many rule changes that favor the offense. They finally made one that favors the defense, and fans love it. The games flow so much better. You know?
Absolutely, and that's the key thing right there. Fans love it, and the NBA holds owners accountable for bullshit. They're investigating the Suns owner. When the NFL investigated Dan Snyder on the emails, they got Coach. Big deal. They got Gruden. Fine. What about everybody else? There's 650,000 emails, and what was Dan Snyder's punishment? I don't understand why they treat us like we're idiots. It's just insulting. The NFL and the Major League Baseball are way behind in actually listening to what their real fans who put money in their pockets really want.
Well, if baseball adds the DH to the National League, they're getting there, you know, slowly but surely.
Plus, yeah.
Yeah. Chico, you said, I think it was last week, that you didn't think Roger Goodell was going to have a job past 2022. Why do you say that?
Because he's probably in those emails somewhere, hiding something. You know how it is when you just, what's it called, collusion? I'll say that's how I'll phrase it. Is that he's probably just as guilty as hiding something as far as, I don't want to say Kaepernick. I don't think it's that per se, but some sort of collusion that if the public finds out, his ass is grass. That's what I was referring to.
Okay.
So what I think is the opposite, and not because I'm trolling you, Mike. Like, I'm just being serious. I think the opposite because if I'm an owner of the NFL, I would never get rid of Goodell. Look what Goodell does with evidence. He buries it. If it doesn't fit the narrative, it's going to hurt the owner. He buries it. Straight up.
Well, yeah, the owner. But that's why I said the public. If the public finds out his ass is grass, they're going to want
the owners. but the owners are the ones who decide if he's going to be commissioner or not. And these owners will spin it. He'll maybe donate to women's breast cancer, donate more to the military. They'll throw money at it like the NFL always does to distract you from the actual problem, which is fucking Goodell.
Yeah, right. Goodell ultimately works for the owners. Deep down, he doesn't give a shit about the players. He's always on the opposite side of the players when it comes to collective bargaining agreement, negotiations, rule changes on player safety, adding an extra game. The players have long been against that because they won't increase the roster size with it.
No.
They're not going to increase the pay for this or give them a bigger cut. He just did it anyway. He didn't care. And for all we know, next year it's going to be an 18-game regular season with 2 preseason games. He ultimately doesn't care about the players. As long as they go out, perform, and just shut up and be, for lack of a better term, slaves to the system.
Makers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The taunting rule, though, I agree. That's something that needs to go away. Keep it around the way it was. Like some of these ticky-tack things that they're doing, leave that in college. College can enforce that all they want, fine. But it makes the game fun. Like those years that they took touchdown dances out of the NFL games, that wasn't fun anymore. They said we can't have any team dances because it looks like gangs meeting up or gang warfare kind of thing. I was like,
which is fucking racist.
Football's the exactly. It's the ultimate team sport. Why can't they celebrate like a team?
Because they didn't want to say the real word they meant.
Yeah.
That's why. Racist as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think Goodell was there unless somebody finds evidence about Goodell and that comes out independently and the owners just have no choice to deal with it, then fine. But if the owners themselves fuck up, Goodell is their enforcer and their protector, and he does not give a fuck about the fans or accountability or social justice or making fans happy or players or anything like that. So I hope he leaves. I'd love to see him leave so we can get maybe our own version of an Adam Silver in the NFL, but I don't see it happening for a long time.
That'd be cool.
I doubt it because if the NFL had a version of Adam Silver, the owners would be on notice. Because
Absolutely.
when Donald Sterling fucked up, Silver was quick to get rid of him. And I think why the owners like Goodell, like you said, why he's keeping this a secret is because it probably outs a lot of owners in the league.
Absolutely.
Whatever's being hit in that investigation. So, WikiLeaks, we're waiting on you, bro. Do your job. Let's get this out there. Let's find out what's going on, What's in this investigation? It's going to leak eventually, Can't
wait.
Yeah. Anybody else want to add anything before we move on? Nope. All right. If you want to share your thoughts on the taunting penalties and all the ticky-tack shit going on in the NFL or rule changes in general, you can tweet them at us at SportsMinorPod. You can also send us a message on our Facebook. Just search Sports Minorities and let us know what you think about the rule changes in taunting and what needs to change. What makes the most sense for this type of rule in the NFL. So, all right, now on to our trademark not so expert analysis and predictions for Week 9 of the NFL season. And after this week, it'll officially be the halfway point of the new 17-game regular season, which is now 18-week regular season, with everyone getting a bye week. Teams on a bye this week. Detroit, congratulations, you're not going to lose.
Allegedly.
Oh, you wait.
I think bye week is favored by 2 touchdowns right now, but we'll see.
I think
Seattle,
the Lions can win a game. If the Jets can beat the Titans and the Bengals, the Lions can win a game.
but will they? That's the thing.
No.
No. Seattle is also on a bye. Tampa's on a bye, and Washington as well. And with Tampa on a bye, that means, Rob, it is time for your bye week report card for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bye week.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Report.
let's see. They are currently number 1 in passing right now, thanks to Tom Brady with his 600-plus touchdowns. But yeah,
The smugness in your voice. I fucking hate it.
Love it.
Fucking hate it.
Oh, but I'm actually gonna have to give them like a B in rushing. Like their passing offense has been amazing this year, but Uncle Lenny has just not been like as aggressive as he's been like, I don't know, at the beginning of the year. Like through 8 games, he's only got about 400 yards. It's like 50 yards a game, just about. So like, they could be definitely working on that rushing. But I mean, with that passing offense, do you really need to run it? Let's see. On the other end, their rushing defense has been amazing. The problem with that is that their passing defense has been terrible. Yeah. So give them B- on defense. I think a lot of these games that have been close have just been because they can't stop a pass, man. Like, I know they're putting out points, but I would be more comfortable if they could just stop some of the other team's offense from going off, because these games shouldn't be as close as they are. We've had games that have been, 3 points, 4 points, like, it shouldn't be that close. We lost to the Saints without Winston. I can't give them an A in anything. Like, you lost to the Saints. Like, I know the Saints are 5-2 also, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And the only reason they're not in first place is because they played 1 less games with Tampa. So if the Saints win this week, they're going to be in first place because they'll have the tiebreaker.
First place.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
30 will be in first.
So overall, at this point in the season, I'm gonna give my Bucks B-, just because I think they could be doing so much better and their record could be so much cleaner. But until that secondary gets like really shored up and like we get back our secondary from injury, it's just not. It's not comfortable yet.
Looking at the rest of the schedule, where do you see them when the regular season's over? And what do you expect from them as far as in the playoffs and playoff run kind of thing?
I mean, after the bye week, it's the only real threat I see is Buffalo and maybe, Buffalo. Like, I don't see Carolina being a big threat, even though like they're gonna have McCaffrey back at that time. And then like after bye week, it's the NFC least teams, so like Washington, New York, and then
don't you have the Saints again one more time?
We have the Saints one more time right before Christmas. So I feel like that's gonna be a run back, and it's gonna be a close game. Obviously without Winston, so I think we'll be more prepared for Simeon. Like,
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but I'm more worried about January 2nd against Rick White and the New York Jets.
Mike White,
you racist.
Mike White.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Russell Westbrook? What?
Russell Westbrook?
He's married to Sierra. I don't care what you guys say.
But yeah, the white dude will be scary.
He'll be breaking Peyton Manning's records already.
It's literally white dude. Yeah, okay.
It's not wrong.
Yeah, see, so
that white guy, and it's his last name.
That white guy, exactly.
Yeah, so.
Wow, that white guy.
At least I got his last name right. Alright, well.
All right.
That's it.
Damn.
Well, thank you, Rob. Enjoy the bye week. A lot less stress for you worrying about your team on Sunday. So,
yep.
Now, you mentioned Mike White, and that's the first game we're going to be talking about because it's on Thursday. The pick order this week will be JC first, DJ second, Rob third, Chicken Wing fourth, and Nori fifth. That's the order we're going in here. And the Thursday night game, the Jets are going to Indy. Mike White heading in for his first big road contest. Indy is favored by 10.5 at home. Nothing against Mike White. I think he gets a very winnable game. I'm surprised the spread is as high as it is, but maybe it's because of the Jets' record. I'm going to go with Indy at home to win this. But if the Jets pull this off on Thursday on a short week on the road, it's going to turn a lot of heads too. So I'm going with Indianapolis to win here. DJ, what about you?
Same here. I'm going to go the Colts. Although if the Jets do pull it out, I'm not going to be surprised by that at all because of Mike White. Mm-hmm. But I just think that the Colts will end up winning the game. The Jets are 18th against the run, and I think Jonathan Taylor will have a good day and he'll be able to heat because of that. And then that opens things up for Carson Wentz, play action passes, all that good stuff. So,
All right, Rob.
I'm gonna take the long shot on this one and go with the Jets.
like White.
You bastard.
Wow.
Yeah.
God damn, I hate being in last place.
That's right. No copy pasta for you, suckers.
Oh my god.
That's right.
Rob's
I'm
like, I don't
taking
care
the Jets.
anymore.
Like
It has to be copy pasta now. You took my pick. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, well, suck it. So you know what? Yeah,
screwed.
I'm taking the long shot, going with the Jets. So.
All right,
Thank
Chicken Wing.
I am not taking the long shot and going with the Jets.
Okay.
I am taking the Jets to cover the spread, but Indy's going to win the game.
All right, and Nori, you kind of tease where you're going, but give us your
Pasta.
reasoning why you think the Jets are going to win here.
I mean,
It's Mike White.
it's Mike White. That's such a fucking winning name, man. Like, how you gonna let a man like Mike White look you in the eye and say, "I'm gonna fucking win," and ignore him?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a man who's gonna conquer all of Peyton Manning's records. Did you guys not see the tweet? I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
crazy.
You're
So.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hot in picks this year, so I think I'm checked out. I don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna go with my gut. I feel like the Jets pull off this upset because it wasn't just like, haha, we beat the Browns, that's funny, or we beat, some other semi-bad team. No, they beat arguably the best team in the NFL last week when the Bengals were like red hot. So I'm not too impressed by the Colts to cover them. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Jets in this one. They're my upset pick. Rob, bitch.
Damn.
My upset pick.
So
Me.
much hatred here.
Me.
I don't know.
Yeah, he said
Me.
I don't know what he said.
upset. Stupid.
Well, speaking of the Bengals, on to the Sunday early afternoon picks, which, by the way, daylight savings, set your clocks back an hour when you go to sleep Saturday night. So don't be
that's the
logging on
Saturday?
to watch. Yeah, don't be logging on to watch and like, why haven't the game started yet? Yeah, you got to wait another hour. So
Yeah, stupid.
get that extra hour sleep back.
Stupid. Yeah.
But the Bengals, coming off that loss, are back at home and taking on a Browns team that themselves are in a bit of turmoil. Right before the trade deadline, Odell Beckham Sr. tweeted out a video of his son being wide open for passes and Mayfield either not throwing or just completely missing the mark on it. And as it stands, Chicken Wing, you were reading up on this. Odell Beckham Jr. is just not with the team anymore? What's going on?
Kevin Stefanski apparently reported and told Odell just to stay home today. Because at first it was just reported that he just wasn't going to go to practice, but no, it's because he was told to stay home. He's like, you're done. And he told the team that he's no longer part of the team. That's what I read.
They apparently kept the 53rd man roster spot open specifically for Odell just to keep him away from the team. And that's literally never happened before, and it's mad spiteful, and that's such a Browns thing to fucking do. You have a top 5 potential wide receiver still, where the injuries are not nobody's fault, but it's crazy that your quarterback can't have chemistry with this guy, and you're just burning his career. I hope he goes somewhere and who really needs him. I think the Raiders could use a wide receiver.
Yeah, but
Oh,
post-trade
oh.
deadline, I don't even know what the rules are.
Post-trade
To
deadline?
clear
They'll wait till the
waivers,
draft.
right?
They'll have to wait to the draft. They'll have to wait to the draft, and he clears waivers. Nobody's going to pick him up on waivers because they would owe like $10 million or some shit. So he's going to clear waivers.
Okay, so it's
He's
not
on
like
clear
baseball where you have the non-waiver trade deadline and the waiver trade deadline. Like you make a trade, but then they got to clear waivers.
Yeah.
There's nothing, right? So
There you go.
Most likely be free agent.
If you pick him up on waivers, you pick up his contract. But if
Right,
if
right,
he
right.
clears it, he becomes a free agent, and you negotiate the new contract.
So that's going to be interesting in the NFL offseason. That's going to be very interesting.
I'm not sure I understand why Junior's getting punished for this when it's his dad that sent the video. Like,
So it's funny that you mentioned that. So I actually watched a little bit of Undisputed this morning,
mhm.
and Shannon basically broke it down like this. Anybody that's close to you, any player, coach, whatever, anybody that's close to you, if they go out and start saying something, then the perception is you said it,
Right.
and they're just speaking for you. So
Right.
that's the problem, because the way it looks to Baker is like you told your dad to do this, and that's why you want it out. And then, God forbid something were to happen to Baker, then, the perception is that Baker told somebody to do this. So that's the reason why he's getting flack for it, because it looks like he's the one that said it, griped about it, and his dad's just doing something about it.
Did Odell ever come out and disagree with his dad?
Never.
Oh,
there you go.
That doesn't help either.
That's the kiss of death right
either.
there. If you would have said, yo, chill, that's my crazy wife, or hey, that's my family, that's not me, then I think they would have smoothed it over, but he don't want to be there, and who can blame him?
Well, to be fair, his dad's not wrong by sending that video. It's not like his dad made the video.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He's
He
not wrong,
screen
but it
captured a
makes him look
video
bad by
that someone
not
else had
denying
made, you
it.
know?
Yeah.
I mean,
It just makes him look bad by not denying and saying, hey, you know, that's all that's true, but like I didn't sign off on this.
well, then
Basically.
talk with the guy. I mean, supposedly Mayfield, and the guy's like, what is going on? You can work this out. Like, the Browns are not out of it. I know they're last place in the division right now, but they're a few injuries away and they've had a tough schedule, you know? They don't let that.
I mean, but you have a receiving core like Jarvis Landry and OBJ. You know,
Exactly.
you got mediocre Baker Mayfield, but like
You're
you know,
underperforming, and you're not using Odell. That's the problem everybody's having.
That's
It's
the
the
problem.
fact
Yeah.
that, right, if he's injured, right? But he's there, he's open, and you're refusing to pass to him. It's maddening. Nobody can figure it out.
He's
Or when you do
running
throw
routes.
to him, it's a terrible, terrible pass, and he can't do anything with it.
That too.
Yeah.
and, you know, you got people saying that it's the coaching, it's the play calling, they're just terribly designed. Like no, like come on, like there's a level of bad coaching, like you know I think the Bills lost when they could have easily had the field goal, and then there's just poor coaching, but you know I'm sorry, there's just poorly designed plays where you just purposely not giving the ball to a particular receiver for whatever reason that may be.
Even though he's running the routes, he's finding the wide open spot. He's playing it like you're paying him to play it, right? So
Right. I mean, he's been a team player. Like you guys haven't seen him on the news for any reason, right?
no,
I haven't.
Like outside
Exactly.
of this, no.
Minus
No.
him being,
That's the thing. It's just like
minus him being emotional on a football field, you don't ever hear anything about this guy, or
You
questionable hotel room stuff. Nothing illegal, nothing bad.
no
No.
boat rides, no nothing. But like you know, it's just you know, bottom line is he's just out there just doing it, playing his game, running his routes, doing what he needs to do to make sure his team wins. But he's not getting any production out of it. Nah, man, that's just something.
well, now he's going to sit at home and collect a paycheck and not have to do anything, and that's on the Browns
It's kind
for
of crazy. Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
Browns.
I'm pretty sure they could have negotiated a trade, even if last minute. I'm sure you mentioned it, Nori. The Raiders are looking for a receiver right now. But now, Cincy coming off that loss to the Jets, they're at home. They're going to be pretty ticked off, I'm pretty sure. So I think Cincy's going to win this one with all the distractions Cleveland's dealing with and have to go on a road and play a division game. This one's definitely going to be the Bengals winning this. DJ, what do you got?
Literally going the exact same way for the exact same reason. Cleveland's not focused at all, and OBJ, I think, is actually, I mean, if you're going to put it side by side with Jarvis Landry, I think OBJ is actually a better receiver overall, and he's not going to be there. So, yeah, Cincy should win this game.
All right, Rob?
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
reason. Perfect reason.
There's Browns are so much drama right now, so I just gotta go with the Bengals. I know they just lost to the Jets, but yeah,
That was a fluke, son. That was a fluke.
You're a
Mike White is not a fluke. You watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah,
All right,
Shit.
Chicken Wing, what do you got?
damn.
I am definitely going for not the Browns. That's for certain.
For the not the Browns, yeah.
Not the
Yeah,
Browns.
the not the Browns. It's
The not the
insightful.
Browns,
Thanks,
because-
Mike.
Wow.
I mean, outside of reasons that we've already discussed and spoken about and everything in between, it's just that right now they are too hurt to even play and keep up with that opponent, which is not the Browns.
Not
There
the
you go.
Browns, yeah.
The not Browns. Okay.
Yeah, we all about the not Browns.
Awesome.
That's right.
How about it?
All right, and Nori.
I'm gonna go with the Ohio team to win.
Yeah? Yeah?
Ohio team with the B.
All right, cool.
We doing that now. All right.
The Ohio team with the B? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good shit.
No. He's
Solid
going
pick.
to the He's going for the orange Ohio team, guys. Orange. Orange's
Yeah.
color.
It's sad because every year I want to believe in the Browns, and there's always something going on with them. It sucks because I kind of feel like we're going to win this division, but maybe Mayfield's not the guy. Maybe it's the coaching. Maybe it's a bunch of things, man. I think they'll be 8-8. I'm sorry, 8-9 or 9-8 at best. but the Bengals are playing with a lot of passion. I think they want to win, and I think they had a rare hiccup against the Jets. They need to learn how to be successful. They haven't learned that yet, but I think they're on the right trajectory. I'm gonna pick the Bengals until they give me a reason not to.
The Browns are definitely a up and down team. Like, they have some success, and the next year it's just blah. You know, that's just the pattern with the Browns at this point. All right, Denver going into Dallas. Dallas, I believe, is going to be honoring veterans. They're going to be wearing the red, white, and blue stripe on their helmets, something they haven't done since the 70s in the Roger Staubach days, which I think is pretty cool.
I read that today, yes.
Yep.
I was surprised.
Correct.
DJ, this is your Cowboys going up against a team that just traded away their best defensive player.
Just fine by me.
Who
Yeah,
do you
that's great.
got? And is Dak going to play this week? 2 questions for you.
Does it matter at this point?
I mean, we got Cooper Rush, dude. We're good.
Second coming, bro.
Well, obviously, I'm going Cowboys. I mean, there's no reason not to. We just won a game with Cooper Rush. I think Dak will play. He was limited in practice today. I did read that, and I think they're going to just take it easy for the next couple of days. But I think he'll play this Sunday. And even if he doesn't, we'll still be fine with Cooper Rush. I mean, even last week with him not playing, we're still first in total yards. We're third in passing yards, second in rushing yards, and we're third in points with 32 a game. Denver can't do anything to beat us.
All right. Should Dak even play, though? I don't even know if you want to bother, to be honest with you.
I don't. Truthfully, he doesn't need to, and I don't know that he really should. You know, rest your calf for another week because, I mean, we're 6-1 now. Our defense stepped up huge. I mean, the reason the Vikings had so many field goals and had the chance to practice so many field goals, since they're not good at those, history shows, is because our defense kept stepping up and making them go for field goals. So if our defense keeps playing like that, Cooper Rush continues to get even more comfortable with the offense and continues playing well, I don't see a reason to, but Dak is going to have a big say in it, and I think if he gets his say, he's going to play.
Okay. Does anybody think Teddy Bridgewater is leading the Broncos to victory in Dallas this week?
He'll cover the spread.
9.5?
Yeah, he'll cover that.
I don't think he'll cover that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Randy Gregory says, I don't think he'll cover that.
I mean, I might be capping a little bit. A lot.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, you guys ready for an epic matchup here? The 1-7 Houston Texans
Hell yes.
going to take on the 1-7 Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Something's got to give here because both teams
Game of the week.
Yes, this should
Game of the
be
year,
Sunday
bro.
night. But both teams won week 1 and have lost 7 straight since then.
Impressive.
The Dolphins have not won a game at home. The Texans have not won a game on the road. Something has got to give here.
Yes. This is
Battle of the stoppable horse versus the movable object.
Yes.
We'll win.
It's gonna be a tie. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right
Final
now.
score 6-6.
I swear
These
to God,
teams-
Rob, if this is a tie, I will drive to your house. I will drive to your house. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll be mad.
I don't know what I do when I get there, but I'm fucking driving over there.
That's fine. I'll have food waiting. Just yeah. We're like,
Cool.
all right,
I
let's
mean-
go.
Feed me.
Just got a beer. This is
I'll be
fucking
good.
a tie. I can't believe it.
Miami is favored by 7, and even I think that's way too much. And
Oh.
the over-under is 46. I'm definitely taking the under at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Texas scored 22 points in 8 minutes.
They brought in the freaking JV. That's why.
Exactly.
Honestly, I'm just taking Miami because they're at home and fuck the Texans. I just like what?
Oh,
Yeah,
solid.
this is a hard pick. I wouldn't be surprised if the rest of you guys did coin tosses for this one, but it's hilarious that these two teams were linked to the Deshaun Watson trade talks the most. Those obviously fell through.
Oh yes.
A lot of
Yes,
the
that's
settlement. Apparently, this Deshaun Watson discussing settlements with the sexual assault cases, but it fell through because of issues with the NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. Apparently, Deshaun doesn't want to sign one because he wants to get his side of the story out there. So, either way, he's likely not playing the rest of the year and getting paid for it.
Nope.
But on to this epic matchup at noon on Sunday our time that we are going to see locally because we're in a Houston market.
So it seems like a game that would be good for London.
Yeah,
Throwing that out there.
definitely. In which case, Miami would probably lose because they lost to the Jags out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I got Miami. DJ, who you got?
Got Miami because I flipped a fucking coin. And Miami won, so there you go.
Rob, what about you?
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Oh shit.
Oh?
Did she do it?
She does.
Tails.
Tails! We're to
Who?
go with who's the away team in this one?
Houston.
I'm going with Houston.
Okay.
Oh my god. They're gonna fucking win now too. Watch.
Oh my god.
You're gonna
Oh
fucking
my
win.
god.
Chicken wing. What about you?
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's me?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Definitely going Miami because I'm never going for that franchise again over there in Houston.
Okay.
Fuck that franchise.
Not until they bring Bill O'Brien back will we go for that franchise.
Yes.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
Oh god.
All right, and
Greatest
Nori.
GM that ever lived.
I learned my lesson last week, so until the Texans play the Jaguars, I'm not picking the Texans to win anymore. Fuck me for that. Yeah, I'm going to go Miami because they have pretty colors. So I'm going with that.
Yeah. It's really all we got. The talent. The colors look great though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Miami's supposed to be good. What the hell happened? Can't lose to the Texans. Come on, please.
They got the same colors as the Spurs City Edition uniforms this year. When you think about
Oh,
it,
I
Fiesta
love
colors.
those.
Okay, that's it. There's a good reason. Right there.
Top here,
Miami.
man.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty amazing actually. So
All right, let's move on to Atlanta at New Orleans. New Orleans at home favored by 6. I'm going with New Orleans. I think the team just got better without Jameis Winston. I got to be honest with you. Trevor Siemian at home. Atlanta's being Atlanta, right? Struggling. If your team's not named the Braves, there's no guarantee you're going to win in Atlanta. So I got to go with New Orleans here. DJ, what about you?
New Orleans, they just finished beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Trevor Siemian came in and did some crazy shit. I was super surprised. I saw Jameis went down. I was like, yeah, well, Trevor Siemian can't do it. Well, he fucking did it.
Yeah,
So
he
I'm gonna
assisted
go.
James Winston in that win. That's what he did.
It was okay. His assistant. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely New Orleans because Atlanta's a bad football team, and they have been all year, and they're going to continue doing that.
All right, Rob, I know you hate both teams. Who are you picking in this one?
oh yeah. I'm definitely going with the not Atlanta team because I won't say the other team's name. So the not Atlanta team, yeah, that's the team I'm going with.
Yeah, the funny part is you said you wouldn't pick them until Jameis Winston was not the quarterback, and you had to
true.
word on that.
The quarterback, so I can pick them. The not Atlanta team.
Okay.
I mean, technically it is Trevor Siemian, so that's fair. I guess.
Technically, he's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Chicken wing.
Duh, not Atlanta team. Atlanta's still gonna do
I mean, it's
it.
clear already.
I mean,
Have we made this clear?
yes, exactly. This is what we're going for. Matty Ice, I love the guy, but your time is up, bro. You had your one shot. You're up 28-3.
One shot, 28-3.
Yep.
Fuck it over.
And
You
then
blew it.
Tom fucking Brady. So,
That's what it is.
all right, and Nori.
Somehow the Saints are 5-2. I don't understand, but I'm gonna pick them. I got nothing else to add. I don't understand this timeline.
Yes, Steve, not Atlanta team. Thank you.
This is
Yeah.
some weird variant timeline coming out of the Loki series. Basically, what's going on here? So that's kind of
Oh, that's what I need to do. I didn't even finish Loki.
yeah. Oh God, yes, you do. It's really good. All right,
Man, I knew it.
Nori, you're picking this one first, and I know the profile picture you have up right now, indicative of every Giants fan out there. But your Giants are hosting the Las Vegas Raiders, who have quite a bit of distraction of their own. We've already covered that here on the podcast. Raiders are only favored by 3. Now, that's even with everything going on. The spread dropped a little bit towards the Giants' favor. But, Nori, who you got in this one? What are you hoping for?
Well, I'm definitely picking the Raiders. I'm not going to let the Giants hurt me anymore. So right back in that circle of mistrust, and I think I'm going to stay here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Raiders are finding a way to win games. They're winners. And you have the other team who's finding ways to lose games. They're doing like the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. So there's a ton of talent in the team. And until we get a new head coach and a new offensive coordinator who knows how to score more than 20 points once every other season, I'm not picking them anymore. Definitely the Raiders.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders. And I hate to say it, it's for everything going on with them right now, and I know they have to go on the road, but against the Giants who are still reeling, just little things. It's like in baseball, winning the one-run games. It's just the little things you put you over the edge. And until the Giants show that they can pull that off, it's hard to trust them, like you said.
17 points against the 31st passing defense in the league. Do not pick the Giants.
Yep. Going with the Raiders here. DJ?
Going with the Raiders because they're playing the Giants.
Okay.
I heard a little bit.
Okay, Rob.
Nori, just know that wasn't directed at you, Nori. It was just the Giants, not you.
Jesus.
This is directed at Nori. I definitely going with the not Giants. So yeah, that's my thing for tonight. Is just the not teams. I can't truthfully pick some of these teams.
God damn it, I hate you.
I'm curious to know if it was ever Saints versus Giants, who you would pick.
Oh.
Like in honesty, like heartfelt.
I picked the Saints.
Yeah.
I'm not.
They lost in
choosing-
overtime. Like, the Giants forgot who they were for a week. But if we go back to normal, as long as we have Jason Garrett calling the plays, don't pick the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't not pick.
That was an anomaly. The team's 5-2. One's consistent, one isn't.
Chickawing, what about you?
Well, let us have this reminder. If it wasn't for the Giants that has hurt Nori so much, the Saints would actually be 6-1 right now. Let's remember
So
that.
go ahead and
for
pick
now.
them.
No,
You
I'm
sure?
not picking them. But
They beat the Saints, right?
I'm picking the Saints. Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. But I'm just saying that you should be proud that you stopped the team from being 6-1.
So you're going with the Raiders, you mean?
Yeah, I mean the Raiders. Yes.
Okay.
So,
As you said, Saints.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you already
I was-
picked that.
He lost me. Let's
I
just
was
move on.
trying
Alright.
to compliment the Giants.
30 to 30 is my
30.
response.
All right.
I hate you guys.
Next game.
I hate this place.
Next game, Sam Darnold's going to be getting flashbacks as the Carolina Panthers are hosting the New England
Oh, yeah.
Patriots. We know how much the Patriots tortured Sam Darnold when he was with the Jets. New England on the road. I'm picking them to win. Carolina, congrats on getting a win last week, but until Christian McCaffrey comes back, I can't really trust that right now. And the Patriots are suddenly starting to win against
Good
teams
team.
that are not named the
Finally.
Texans or the Jets. So,
Mm-hmm.
yep, got to go with New England. DJ?
Definitely going New England. Just came off a big win, and they're ramping it up now. I mean, the defense is playing better, offense is playing better, and as you mentioned, they hate Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
So they're just going to basically take him back to the day when he was wearing a Jets jersey, and they're going to beat his ass again.
All right. Rob?
I'm gonna take New England right now. They're finding ways to score. Excuse me. They're finding ways to score, and I just gotta go with the hot hand right now. So New England.
Okay. Chicken wing?
New England is clicking. I mean, just like what Rob said, and they are being coached by, I still say, one of the best head coaches of this generation right now. So hands down, and Mac Jones is, proving more and more why he deserved his starting position over Scam Newton. So yes,
There's some bitterness there. Scam.
there's no bitterness, not at all.
Damn.
And Nori.
Patriots come off a big wins against the Chargers. I think a lot of us kind of saw that coming, but none of us had the balls to actually go with the pick. We smelled something coming. So, I think New England's like waking up. I like Mac Jones' development. I'll always hate Boston sports, but I like Mac Jones' development. So, I'm going to go New England too.
All right. Buffalo at Jacksonville.
Oh my God, please.
Is anybody taking the Jags to knock off one of the best teams in the AFC.
Nope. I learned my
no.
lesson. Thanks, Jackson. No. I learned my lesson.
Just remember, Nori is the biggest Bills fan here. So
Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia.
Absolutely. I am definitely not picking against Buffalo.
See, DJ, he takes your shit. It's annoying, right?
Copy pasta, right? That's what
Yes,
it is.
copy pasta.
I've said this from day one. Like,
Yes.
That's true. We shouldn't be surprised by this.
All right.
Minnesota at Baltimore, Sunday, 12 o'clock game.
Yep. And does anybody think that Minnesota is going to go into Baltimore and get a win with the Ravens coming off a bye week?
Minnesota can't even beat a backup quarterback. How are they beating Baltimore?
Home.
Shots fired.
It's not wrong, right?
Do that, Vikings fans. All of you.
Wow.
All right. On to the Sunday late afternoon games. The Chargers are heading into Philly to take on the Eagles. This one's actually pretty close spread-wise. The Chargers only favored by 1.5 on the road. I'm going with the Chargers to win this one. They need to bounce back after losing to the Patriots, so I'm going with the Chargers here. DJ, what about you?
I'm going with the Chargers, and it's only because I trust Philly slightly less than I trust the Chargers.
Okay.
You know, Philly's a bad team. The Chargers aren't really playing that great right now, but I think they're just good enough to beat Philly.
All right. Rob?
Since I'm so far behind, I need to make a reach, and this will probably be it. Taking Philly just because New England showed a way to beat the Chargers, was just to run it down their throats. And yeah, that's like the Eagles are 6th in rushing yards this year, so I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Okay.
They don't have Miles Sanders. Isn't he injured right now?
Boston Scott.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Chicken Wing?
I'm taking the Chargers. I still believe in my man Herbert. Okay, everybody's entitled to have a couple bad games. That's like bad game number 3 with him now. But I still believe in him. So, and fuck Philly. Okay, any games for Philly that's here right now minus the cheesesteak. Fuck Philly. No.
All right. And Nori?
Anybody could look good against the Lions. You don't fool me, you fucking fraudsters. I'm picking the Chargers.
It's a fact.
Liars.
That might be the best.
44 points. Like, who cares? I mean, it's Detroit.
I mean, fuck you.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. This next game got a little bit more interesting. It's going to be, I believe, the first game for Jordan Love to be at the starting quarterback helm of the Packers since he was drafted. And we all remember we were watching that like, oh boy, what is Aaron Rodgers thinking when this guy got drafted? But with Rodgers on the COVID list, Green Bay is going into KC. Last I checked the spread, Green Bay was actually favored by 7.5. And this was after Aaron Rodgers went on the COVID list. Because initially, when the spreads first came out, KC was favored. Which surprised me. I just didn't understand why. But I'm going with Green Bay. This seems to be the year where the backup quarterbacks come in and get wins. We saw it a lot last week, and I think we're going to see it here. And nothing against your Giants, Nori, but KC still, even with the win, did not look impressive.
Thanks for reminding me, JC.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
But beyond
So
I was getting over it. Appreciate
I
it.
know, I'm sorry. But this is still the KC team in my mind that only put up 3 points against the Titans defense. And they still have weaknesses in the passing defense. I think Jordan Love's going to exploit that. So I got Green Bay going into KC and getting a win. DJ, what about you?
I got Green Bay winning this game. Let's not forget, KC still has one of the worst defenses overall in the entire league. Passing defense is 25th. So with a backup quarterback, without a backup quarterback, that whoever is behind center will be able to carve up Kansas City's defense. And they still have weapons. I mean, you still got Aaron Jones back there, so he catches passes and can run, and KC's run defense is terrible also. And they've got a relatively deep receiver core, too. So I'm going to go Green Bay.
All right. Rob?
I've got nothing to go on with Love, so I'm going to go with Casey. Last week was the week of the backup quarterbacks, but I don't think it's going to be that week again. So I think they're going to have a little more time to prepare, especially knowing ahead of time that who the quarterback is going to be for Green Bay. So yeah, I think they'll be at least a little bit more prepared. Hopefully.
All right, Chicken Wing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Rob fucking took the words right out of my mouth. No, I'm serious.
Copy
We
pasta
have
ass.
no. We legitimately have nothing on Jordan Love. There's nothing against the guy. I'm not saying he's not talented, but this is his actual first start, so we're actually going to see him play. Taking experience versus inexperience, I'm going to go with the experience just for right now until Love proves me otherwise.
Okay.
Just to throw something out there at you, Cooper Rush had a first start against Minnesota.
God damn it, skip this guy. Just mute him.
Kirk Cousins has experience, and that didn't work out. I'm just throwing it out there.
I can't stand you.
Nori, what are you going on Green Bay and Kansas City?
I think a rookie quarterback playing in Arrowhead, depends on the year you ask, the first or second loudest team in the entire NFL. I think the Packers will not operate correctly. It's still Mahomes, and I don't believe he's going to lose to a backup quarterback. The Chiefs look like dog shit right now, but I absolutely have not seen anything out of Jordan Love that's going to make me pick them over a very well-coached team. So I think the Chiefs win ugly, like maybe 15-10 or something, ugly. Maybe they wake up. This is still the Chiefs.
Just gonna throw this out here. Cooper Rush has been in the NFL for 4 years. He's already had a game played, so no, it's not his first game.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
DJ.
Yeah, he started the game.
It was his first
If that's even
start.
your real name.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He has been on the NFL field.
That man has thrown 3 passes since 2017 before this game, and he beat Kirk Cousins, who got $84 million guaranteed. And what did he do with it? Nothing.
It's not hard to beat Kirk
What he
Cousins
got?
there.
What does it matter? He got paid.
Kirk Cousins.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
The final of the Sunday late afternoon games. Chicken Wing, your Niners are hosting the Cardinals, who are coming off their first loss of the season. Arizona only favored by 1 here on the road. Chicken Wing, who you got here?
Do I have to be honest? Fuck.
Yes.
Okay. Damn it. I'm still gonna pick Arizona, as much as I love my team. Even with Arizona losing Watt, that's all they lost. They didn't lose any offensive wet pieces. Kyler Murray's still balling out. Sure, it was a rough game for them. And then the whole AJ Green. Oh no, I lied. They lost AJ Green.
Mm-hmm.
That was confirmed today too. So ooh. They still got D-Hop. No, they're still gonna blow up our weak ass secondary. So no, that's definitely still gonna be Arizona's game.
Yeah, I'm going with Arizona. They played on a Thursday. They got a bye week to recover from that loss at home and going on the road. They need this one to stay ahead in the division. So going with Arizona. DJ?
So 2 things here. So I'm going to go Arizona. Kyler Murray's a game-time decision. Did he hurt his ankle?
That's right.
I'm going to go Arizona because they're a better football team, and San Francisco is just a bad football team, and Jimmy G's the quarterback, and he's trash. Even if Kyler Murray does not play, I'm still going to go with Arizona for the reasons I just mentioned.
Okay. Rob?
Bruh. I don't like San Francisco at all, and
You're not hurting my feelings.
Screw you, Mike.
Yeah. You're not hurting my feelings at all. Trust me on this one.
But yeah, there's no buts. I'm definitely going
I was
Arizona.
going to say, wait a minute, what are you doing, Rob?
Nah.
All right, and Nori.
Last time they kept us between 7, and Trey Lance was starting. Is Trey Lance starting?
Nope. Jimmy
Then
G.
Arizona Cardinals. That's my pick.
See? There it is.
It was
Nice.
simple.
Yeah.
It was very simple.
All right, Sunday night game. Titans going to LA, taking on the Rams. Rams favored by 7.5, and I have to be completely honest with you guys. Even before the Derrick Henry injury, I was worried a lot about this game. I thought this is the one where we could lose. After the injury and the fact that we're on the road, and sorry, we're going to need a game to get under our feet. And that pass rush is going to be blitzing the shit out of Ryan Tannehill. So, I have to go with the Rams at home on this one. Yes,
Clip it.
I know.
Somebody clip that.
If someone
Somebody
clip it, yeah.
clip
If Derrick Henry was healthy, it'd be a different story.
AC, blink twice.
Are you in duress?
I'm not interested.
Hold on. I want everybody to know the significance of this because
Go
for
for it.
years
Go for
we
it.
joked around and we played Pick'em for free. We didn't take it really, really seriously until we started playing for money last year. And JC, no matter what, he always picked the fucking Titans when they were bad, when they were good. On a bye week, he didn't give a fuck. He always picked the Titans. This is historical, ladies and gentlemen. Like, holy shit.
He is
And
evolving. He made a trade.
yes,
You made a trade?
Okay.
Oh my god!
I have
Jason
made
is
trades in
evolving
fantasy
into, like, another
before. It's
Pokemon.
just that the trades have been offered over the last few years. I didn't fully like. I like what I had on my team, but yeah, the trade Nori offered me this season. I made it. So
JC's
I would
evolving
like
to
to
a-
win my fucking fantasy
He's
league once. I've been
evolving.
doing this league for over
He's
10
evolving
years.
to a stage 1 Pokemon right before our eyes. This is holy shit, JC. Holy shit.
That reminds me, Nori. I need to accept our trade.
But
That's fine. I'm just gonna reject it anyway. so.
okay.
It's actually a pretty fair trade. Like, I
No,
don't get out
but
of
like
it.
I said, before the
trade.
King Henry injury, I was worried about this game. Just we were on the road Sunday night. I
I don't want to
think
pick anymore after that. I don't even know what to do.
Okay,
Like, how do I proceed?
I think it's going to be close. I think this is going to be like a low-scoring game. Very heavy defensive struggle. Both teams have a great pass rush, but the Rams at home are just going to make one more play. That being said, the rest of the schedule, even without Derrick Henry, I think are all winnable games for the Titans. The Saints, the Texans, Pats, and then of course we got the Jags again, and the Texans again, and Miami.
I recommend, Jason, you get a brown paper bag in front of you because if you pick the Rams and somehow the Titans pull this off, you're
I'll
going to
be
be on
extremely
Twitter
happy,
watch.
and I'll be so mad.
So,
You guys know me. I'm the most loyal fan
It's
there
a
ever
win.
is of my
It's a
teams.
win-win for him right now.
Yeah,
Like,
it basically is. So, but you guys are saying it from on the picture right now. This has been devastating news for the team, and they might need a week to come together. But if they keep it close on the Rams, I know we don't believe in moral victories, but they can just say, "Hey, we can hang with the Rams. We can win this. If we're in a good spot in the playoffs, when Derrick Henry does come back, we're good." So everyone's going to step up. I don't think Adrian Peterson is going to play this week. I think he's just on the practice squad for the week. I think maybe by next week they'll elevate him to the active roster. And even then, I'm worried about that because he's still a fumble machine. So, but right now, yeah, the Rams right now are just too hot. The Titans are dealing with some very tough injuries. I just keep it close. If you can get a win, great. But most importantly, just stay healthy.
I can't believe Von Miller and Aaron Donald are on the same team. That's
Yeah.
just...
That's
scary thing is that the Rams
exactly
made
what
the
I was
trade,
going to
the
start
Titans
with.
dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
One of the funniest NFL memes I did see was funny was Ryan Tannehill without Derrick Henry, and it's a picture of him playing for the Dolphins, and I was like,
I mean...
Yes.
Basically.
I mean...
so
Where's the lie?
Jeremy McNichols, you better step the fuck up and show us why you're better than a third down back, because that's what you've been. So going with the Rams, and I am going to say this: does anybody think the Titans can come into LA and win on a Sunday night?
No.
God no.
Yeah.
No.
Without Derrick Henry? I agree.
Von Miller.
Von Miller
the
is
same
gonna be
team
like,
as
"All right,
Aaron Donald.
let's
I would have
go."
picked the Rams. I would have picked the Rams before this trade, and with Henry healthy, I still would have picked the Rams because they're just such a complete team with Stafford. Now you added in the cherry on top. Holy shit, dude! How do you pick against this team if they're healthy? I don't know, man. That's tough. It's not even anti-Titans. That's just pro Rams. Like it's wow. I think they're
I
a
was
Super Bowl pick.
now more than ever. I was hoping Henry was healthy because I would love to see Derrick Henry just run over Von Miller at one point. Just see them meet in the middle, see what happens. Right, indestructible
That would be
voice
fun
against
to
a movable
watch.
object. That would have been fun to watch. But yeah, I gotta go with my Rams. If the Titans pull it off, then fuck yeah, we're gonna win the goddamn Super Bowl. That's the way I see it. So,
I mean, the only thing that JC got wrong is it's not going to be a defensive struggle. I think it is going to be a low scoring game for Tennessee. I don't see you scoring at all.
okay.
Sorry.
Wow.
I mean, they still have Julio Jones. They still have AJ Brown. They just have to. Ryan Tannehill's got to pass a lot more than he wants to.
Yeah.
But the Rams.
He's on 40 passes easy.
I mean, yeah,
They're
he's
gonna
gonna
push
have
the
to.
shit out of Tannehill. So he's gonna have to
Tannehill's not
super
some scrub
pass.
quarterback. Like it's just the Rams are just. Again, this isn't so like anti-Titans. Like I would pick the Titans to beat a lot of teams right now. I'm not picking the Rams.
This is really going to test our offensive coordinator. He doesn't have Derrick Henry now, so what kind of game plan is he going to call? How is he going to get Tannehill moving around? Because Tannehill can't run. And I really hope Julio Jones is healthy. He's been still dealing with a hamstring issue, but if we got Julio Jones and AJ Brown, then we got a shot. So.
You gotta hope the Rams score a touchdown every time and taunt the player.
So keep the points off the board, right?
Yep.
Monday night game: Chicago at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh favored by 6.5. I need to check the standings on this real quick because I don't know if it's even worth it for me to ask, but I just might anyway. Yeah, I'll ask it. Is anybody going with Chicago to get a win in Pittsburgh?
Nope.
Oh.
I had a feeling Nori might consider it. What do you got, Nori?
I mean, are the Steelers... Hold on, guys. Let's be real here. Are the Steelers so trustworthy that they can, beat a Bears team who wasn't that bad last week?
No, but
I mean, are they doing that
getting
good?
wins.
But they are trustworthy.
They're ugly, but they're getting wins,
They are trustworthy to beat an inconsistent Bears team.
What's
I
the
don't know.
The Bears team who gave up 33 points to the 49ers.
You know what? It's not my turn. I will wait my turn.
Well, I know I'm going with Pittsburgh here. DJ, you going with Pittsburgh?
Yep, same here.
Same
Rob,
here.
Chicken Wing?
Man, I'm so far behind. I need to make a reach. I'm gonna go with the team that put up some points last week. I'm gonna go with Chicago.
All right.
Against my weak ass secondary, you really gonna use that logic? All right.
I mean, seriously. Secondary is
got hurt
trash.
like 17 times that game. Are you
I don't
serious
know,
right there?
just confidence in the team. All right, they had to have somebody to beat on to get that confidence, and it was your team, which was
Yeah.
fantastic. So
I was
they
excited
have-
for Josh Norman. He consistently gets burned every week. I love this guy.
yeah. So
Pittsburgh has won 3 in a row. The Bears have lost 3 in a row. So that's part of the reason I'm also going with Pittsburgh. But Nori, what do you got?
You know what? I just remembered something. The Bears have a horrible, horrible offensive line, and the last time they played a team with a good defensive line, the poor guy got sacked to death. And I want to pick Chicago on this. I do, but I mean, yeah, they still have TJ Watt playing, right? Is he healthy?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's healthy.
he's healthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna begrudgingly go with the Steelers because I don't have a good feeling about this game, and this might bite me in the ass, and Rob might laugh at us all, but I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
The defense is what been keeping Steelers in the game. That's really ultimately what it is. They're the ones winning the games for them right now. So, yeah. All right, those are our picks for Week 9. Next week we'll recap how we did. We'll make our Week 10 predictions, but we're also gonna look at the middle of the season, look back at our preseason predictions, and laugh at how bad some of those might have been when you think about it. We're gonna laugh later.
Shut it
Oh,
up.
we're gonna be
you
laughing,
mean-
especially
you
me and
mean-
Chicken Wing. Oh, we're gonna be laughing at that shit.
You mean what's that phrase that he says?
What's that?
You know what I'm talking about? Kirk
I don't
Cousins.
know what you're talking about. I don't know.
You like
Like
that?
that?
Yeah, that one. There you go.
You like that?
You like that?
Did you guys ever see when the Vikings put out duet this on TikTok and video yourself catching a pass from Kirk Cousins, and people just kept duetting the video like Kirk Cousins was overthrowing him wide open. Such a great trend.
I saw that.
I did not see that.
That's pretty
I
solid.
was like, bro.
Pretty accurate.
Man got trolled by his own PR team.
Yep.
No way.
So great. Thank you everyone for sitting and listening to us. If you have a thought also on our What's Bothering in the Minorities topic about taunting penalties in the NFL, rule changes in general, again, tweet them at us at SportsMinorPod or send us a message on Facebook at Sports Minorities. This is always a fun time getting together with you guys and shit talking. So we'll see how these picks go, and I hope that people stay healthy and see how well the backup quarterbacks can perform as well. I'm JC, your resident Titans fan. Joining me this week are
I'm Chicken Wing, that lovely best Niners fan ever. Day one. Never change teams.
Yeah, just like the Braves.
Until Jason Garrett is fired and heaved off the planet Earth, suffocating to death. It's all about Bills Mafia.
What's up, y'all? Bucks fan for life. Doesn't matter if we were the worst team in the NFL. We've got a championship. So, yeah.
DJ here, resident Cowboys fan, and just curious, if the NFL had taunting penalties on this podcast, what would happen to us?
I would have been
Be
canceled.
ejected.
Gone.
Thank God Podbean doesn't make us pay fines or anything like that. Thank God. The explicit tag. Thank you everyone for joining us on the Sports Minorities podcast, and we will catch y'all next week. Stay safe out there, and don't forget to turn your clocks back this Sunday. See you. Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
You know what we need to discuss, we missed on the show, is the MVP discussion is that Mike fucking White is right there in the MVP discussion.
Might be worth it to talk about that next week, right?
How did we miss on that gem? Like, he straight up said, I'm going to break all of Peyton's record. He's on his way. He caught a pass, too. What a fucking champion. What a man.
He's a fucking man, bro.
Mike White, my God, I'm suddenly pulling for the Jets because he just looks like a winner.
Oh, someone clipped that.
Yeah.
He said he's pulling for the Jets.
He's pulling for the Jets. Mike White's a fucking winner, dude.
So.
This is how miserable the Giants have made me. Look at what they've done to me. You talk about abuse? Investigate my goddamn emails. I'm being abused. I'll open them. I'll give you the password, motherfucker.
That's funny.